Hey everyone, this is Lightstar, and we're going to do some DNA activation again. This is my series of DNA activations, but this one is coinciding with the Lionsgate portal. So we're going to talk about that and what's going on and what the energies are. And I'm going to do an activation for you. I have also a couple of announcements that I'm going to share on here as well. So you're going to want to tune in, particularly if you guys are interested in my Celestial Frequencies Oracle deck, or if you've pre-ordered, because I've got an announcement that I need to share with you guys on here. But all of this is going to be wrapped up into this video, so we're going to do a lot of different things, activate you guys to the max with your DNA activation and a couple other frequencies I'm going to share about. So grab your coffee, your tea, your health bar, whatever you would like, and let's get into the activation. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I am super happy to have you guys here today because we're going to do some awesome activation that has to do with Lionsgate 2022. So we're going to do a light language activation, talk about that a little bit and what's coming in for this year's Lionsgate. And I also have a few announcements that I'd like to make first. And so I'm just going to roll right into those. And one of them has to do with my Celestial Frequencies orders for the pre-orders for my Oracle deck that's coming out. So you're going to want to pay attention to that. But first, I just want to share something that I received and I'm just over the moon about. And that is something that you guys might notice on me right here. This is my new amulet that I just received not too long ago from the talented an incredible, awesome magician that I would call him. It's like he's the awesome amulet maker. And this is John Ferris. He created this for me, wire wrapped this, and I'm just like, I wanted to share a little bit about this amulet. This is actually titanium quartz, and this is a beautiful amethyst. And I had these stones and the crystals myself, and I've had them for a while, and I really wanted him to wrap them. And when it started formulating into this being, almost, as you can see the shape, it's kind of go like a head and it's the shape, and I wanted it to be wrapped in this certain direction. I was feeling like there's something emerging going to come forth from this, and boy did it ever. So what happened was I got this, from him, and I love it so much. It's just so powerful. And the first thing I saw when I got it was like, it's a being, it's a star being. And then at first I thought it was an Arcturian energy. And yet when I tuned in, because I wanted to get the name of, like, give me the name of this being that's associated with this. And so I thought it was going to be Arcturian, but actually as I tuned in, they said, don't limit that or something like that. So just not to say that there's anything wrong with Arcturians, just don't limit yourself. So what the name came to me was Sophia. And so the Sophiic energies, the divine feminine energies, is what is most associated with this. It's like the Gaia codes, the jewel of Terra, as I would call this, but it's Sophia, and that's that Sophiic energy that is really coming onto the planet strongly right now. And so that's what this is embodying. I've got it on a silver shirt so you can kind of see the silver and gold energies and frequencies that we have coming online today. So I just wanted to share that, and also thank John Ferris for his beautiful jewelry and amulets. If you guys want to check out his work, you can go to John Ferris Visionary Arts, I believe.com, and you can go check out all of his stuff there. He's also on, Instagram and Facebook and all those places too, but he is the master amulet maker, and I so appreciate his artistry. Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to share. Now, I also wanted to talk a little bit about my Celestial Frequencies Oracle deck that was supposed to be coming out this summer, but we had some delays. Hey, go figure, with the world today, we had some printer issues as well as supply chain issues. And so in the midst of creating this, the publisher had to go and shift to a different printer. And I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of it, but oh my gosh, it's just been like, wow. So they've had to print with a different printer. So the process is going to be delayed. So which means the publish date is going to be delayed. It's not going to be this summer. And it's funny because I think that the reason why all this is happening too is that I have Magical Dimensions 2nd edition that is set to come out in the late fall of 2022 or early winter of 2023. And it seems like the Celestial Frequencies wants to come out at the same time as that so that they can launch together. And I think that's maybe why all this delay is happening. But it is coming out. It's just that if you've placed your pre-order, just know it's not going to come out this summer or ship this summer. I will update you guys as I know, as I receive more information on this, but that's what I'm getting right now is the estimation. Now there are some changes that are going to also be made based upon the printers not able to do something that I really wanted, which all of you guys know I have been promoting this as getting the gilded edges of the cards on the cards. But from the publishers, what they've told me is that when we got the sample of it in, there were some things wrong with it, but the main thing is the cards were a lot thinner than my first Magical Dimensions deck, okay? And that's not acceptable for me because I don't like thin cards, okay? So what we learned is that there's been a lot of issues with the gilded decks sticking together really badly and almost like tearing when you go to pull them apart when you get the deck. And they've had to do a lot of reprinting on some of their other decks that have the gilded edges. And so they've kind of said that you either get the gilded edges with the thinner cards, or I can go back to what I kind of more similarly had on the first deck, which are thicker cards, and they're kind of like double laminated, so they're good thick cards. They're not like flimsy. And that's what I'm choosing to do. Okay, so I'm foregoing the gilding, which I know I wanted so badly, but to me, it's more important. I don't want to sacrifice for you guys. I don't want to sacrifice the integrity of the card's thickness. Okay, so I'd like to get the cards thicker. If they are having problems with that other thing, then I don't want to do the gilding. So that is changing. Sorry guys, but I'd rather get you something that you will have longevity rather than thin cards that are going to cause problems just for the gilding. So, we've looked at some other things, but in the back of the cards are also going to have a different frame around them. We're changing that. We're trying to dress up the frame on the back of the deck to make up for that. And they might do some kind of embossed look or something. I'm not sure yet, but just know it's going to be awesome when you get it. It's just we're having some changes that are coming to the deck, and I just want to let you know of the new estimated date, and I will update you guys as we go along. And also, like I said, this is just changing. So if anything else comes up as it goes along, I will certainly let you guys know. And if any of you guys did pre-order, you can still pre-order it. Just know that if you pre-order now, it just won't come until, later as it comes, as we get into this more. And for those of you who did place the order, also, if you have a change of address, you can always send me in the meantime, we can update that with the publisher so that when it does get to be shipped, you'll go to the right address, right? So anyway, that's what I wanted to share, kind of important update on that. Sorry to take so much time, but that was important for all of you guys to be aware of. And, but I am super excited for all that stuff to come out. I hope you guys are enjoying this content, and if you are, and if you're new here and you would like to subscribe to the channel, please feel free to do so by hitting that subscribe button. YouTube likes to call it subscribe, but I like to call it joining the tribe. That's a much better way of saying it. But I'd love to have you on the channel, and make sure to give it a thumbs up or share it out to others that you would think would be interested in this content. And also place a comment and interact with me, because I like to get back with you guys and share in the interaction on the channel and in the comments. And also make sure to hit the notifications bell so that you don't miss a thing when new videos come out. And also, if you guys need to move to a different platform or expand your video content, whatever it is, I have a great resource. His name is Matthew Raymer with Anomalous Design and Content Safe, and he helped me a lot to move my video content onto these other platforms that I'm on, which is like BitChute and Brighteon and Odyssey and Rumble and some other ways to expand out there. And so he helped me, and you can find me on those other platforms, but he helped me to expand over there. So if you guys need something like that, or he also does website design and creator content consulting, and he's really a phenomenal resource. So I highly recommend his work. And if you would like to check out his website, it's below in the description area as well. And also for you guys, if you would like to donate to my platform here and what I'm doing, I so appreciate that. And you can do that in many different ways, but I do have a donation page on my website that explains all the different ways to donate. I have set up a way for you to give by vibrational giving, or you can just do by PayPal or, rather regular credit card, or you can become a patron over at Patreon, or you can do the little super thanks that I have, which is a little heart down on YouTube channel, and you can actually give that way as well. I so appreciate all your donations, because this is a lot of work for me to do all of this, and I keep it coming. I try to do these videos regularly, trying to get about 2 per month, and that's a lot for me because of all the time it takes to edit and put it together and film and do all these things, and it's just a lot of work. So I do appreciate all the donations that you can send my way for that, because I do provide all this content here on YouTube. So thank you for that. And I thank all my patrons. Love you guys so much. Thank you for all of you guys who have donated. And for anyone who does donate, I actually send a little light language gifted vibrational energetic activation for you right back. Whenever I get any donation, I always send that back to you as just an energetic way of saying thanks. It's like a blessing. I call it a blessing, light language blessing for abundance, and for just my way of saying thank you for donating. So thank you guys for all of that. I so appreciate you all. Now let's get into the Lionsgate. Okay, so Lionsgate happens every year. Sometimes people think that it's not really a thing. It's not really a thing, but I've always felt it very strongly. And every time around, for me, it happens more in August, early August, that I've always felt this energy shift around this time. And that was even before I even knew about Lionsgate. So this really perpetuates activation time in and things that are coming up to the surface, rise to the surface. It's like a doorway that opens. And typically it happens around July 28th through like August 12th is kind of the main thing. But we always hear about the date of August 8th. So 8/8, okay? So this year it's gonna be 8/8/22. And this time frame is like a portal. So it is like that energetic portal, okay? And the keys for the words that we're going through this year is going to be expansion and transformation. I mean, that's generally what I'm seeing, is just to become all that you are, becoming all that you can be. The sun has to do with where it is astrologically in the sign of Leo, but also the Sirius, the star of Sirius, is involved here when this kind of lineup happens, or alignment that happens. I'm not going to go into the astrological part of it, because obviously there's people out there that are doing that. But what I am sharing is that I'm feeling that I was guided to wear this today too, not just to you know, show it off, but also she embodies this feminine energy. And I feel like the balance of the feminine energy that we've all been seeing and knowing and talking about for so many years, that because the feminine energy, not to be feminist, but the feminine energies, the divine energies that is within male and female, are really trying to get back into balance. And so we're trying to balance that heavy masculine energy with the lighter feminine, nurturing, loving, spiritual, magical energies. And so this nurturing part of ourselves that needs to come forth more for the world, for the collective. And so I feel like that's part of it, this Lion's Gate. I feel that that is part of what's going on, and I feel like we need to sort of part the opening doorways to allow that feminine energy to come back. So even though there's a lot of masculinity on the planet right now, and we need the masculinity, we're not trying to, we don't want to demasculate the masculine, okay? That's not the answer either, FYI. It's to enrich both sides, the feminine and the masculine, to have a place and a balance, to have a place and a balance within our daily lives here on the planet. And I feel like that's what feels as a saturation, and this mature energies is what I want to say, that seems to be coming forth, that's refining a lot of us. That's the first thing that I feel is coming forth and is going to be part of this activation that I'm going to do. The second thing that I feel also is a part of this is the DNA activation. And I feel this year, more than any other year almost, feels like the activation of the DNA is changing rapidly. Our DNA is shifting in a very rapid way and timeline, okay? Because a lot of us need to open up more strands in our DNA to get them working online. We have a lot of awakening that has just happened over this past year or 2 years for sure, and this is coming in full force. And so these new awakened people that are coming online to who they are and what's really going on and all the disclosure movement and all the things that they're opening up to, they're also opening up their DNA. Now, I've done a DNA activation. I told you guys I was going to do a series of these, and I'm kind of combining this DNA activation here because of the Lion's Gate, but it's going to be sort of the second activation for the DNA that I'm doing in the series. The first one, if you want to go back and check a previous video, was the DNA activation that's going to be awakening the DNA, okay? So it's be awakening your dormant DNA. This one that we're going to do is more focused upon receiving, allowing these strands of DNA to receive data, to receive information, because information that comes through your DNA, and it's inside of that, what scientists call junk DNA. It's not junk. We always say, scientists, you know, I understand, but we like to say around here, myself and Stands with Bears, God doesn't make junk, okay? So it's there for a reason, and it's what I've always been using for my session work, for when I do soul origins readings, and I'm looking at your soul origins. I'm actually looking at the DNA structure within you to reveal that information, because that's where information gets extended, expanded, and awakened, okay? And it also carries, it's not just the DNA, that's your, you know, protein encoded hair color, eye color, you know, whatever, skin color, that's in there. But the part that we're talking about is that information field that's within the encodements that reside inside of the DNA that allows us to expand ourselves beyond who we think we are in this limited state. And so that's what I want to do, is focus upon the activation for receptivity and receiving the code information within your DNA structure so that you can then, you know, at a later date, we might do another activation because this is a series of activations, but that will help to open up wider and to allow your cells to receive information and then to receive the messaging, and then you can decide in there what to do with it, okay? And that comes later. But for right now, since we've had some activation with opening and awakening dormant DNA, now we're going to actually pull down information so that you can receive that data and to receive the codes and the activations to unlock the dormant DNA and activate it. Okay, so a lot of things going on, right? There's a few different things happening in here, but we've got the codes of the energy, the Sophic, divine feminine energies within all of us. So I don't care if you're male, female, whatever identity, I don't know, but just know that it's talking about the divine frequencies, but talking about the feminine energies that are balancing, getting back into balance, and not being, you know, put down, reduced, damaged, shunned, you know, all these things that we've seen in the past of the divine feminine that has been to de-empower it or disempower it more so. And now we're coming back into a place where we're re-empowering these frequencies. We've got the divine feminine energies along with the energies of the DNA activation and shifting that into gear with receiving information and receiving the codes. So what I'm feeling is I just want to do, because this has to do with Sirius, this time frame, and the Sirians are really activating right now with activation codes for the DNA anyway. And since the Sirian energies have to do with this Lion's Gate, then that's what we're going to bring through, is another DNA activation for you all from the Sirian. And it's just going to be that one, believe, that's going to come through. So that's what we're going to do today, right? So let's do this where let's just breathe in the deep codes that come in to our bodies and see them as we're doing this, see them going into your DNA. Even though you can see the helix, whatever visual you want to use of the DNA, just see it lighting up and see streams of information, the codes that are coming from creator, source, God, whatever you want to call it, coming in and allowing your cells to receive the information they need and the messages that it needs to open up more of that, of the strands of the DNA. So you can do that. Just allow that visual to take place while we're doing this. It's going to really help you to anchor those in and to receive more information and more activation from it, okay? So with all that said, put your mind off to the side and just breathe and release all the stuff of the day, everything you have to do, everything you haven't done, just let that go and just breathe in and just allow the energies to come in with the frequencies of the divine codes for activating, okay? All right. Gilaknashtak el akastanastak. Uturum almatak iki kwa kanasta kalma sheknekia kula kala ashtakek nea talmake utukuraki tekla. Satur atalmala setu a chi shantal makala ekir usakurian talmakalesh alastati usa wishia tokola kol talmal malasati. Sulakaye ola kamala elete ukala sathal alas shotokuyanana akmiya wasana atalma esu Hani shik wayente ulak hal alas halaten ulala sekilea kala. Nasate u tosh sabaten ikwa ke al mahashte is dusakal estakal me ignea. Beshentak halamash sariantak alas marantenetnitak rush almalatalma desukal achna dariatokora kor akhanti isekwa desi kokotalma ala sakyanak shiwaka beshita kalas sorono usatari ikura kala kala sonomashi tokurakan sariaso ushasan almahalates sushani usani kola kalma alas besta kal estuku orotakna dusokuri itekurakalma satisuko o shakal ekhantal esteke barakati okal es warranty atiramata sokura kaitier antari esotokoya setua kayeten mehrente hota alesto korabashti sakionana tiro asta karietera warakanetini iran usukuro koho kala lisiera talmahala sakai geso shantoye tekwalente maka hota midush maratomakai imetespakai bushota pal el makal mateb. Breathe. Take a nice deep breath in and receive all these frequencies. Allow them to go through your DNA structure and receive more information and messages at this time. Also breathe in, feel the sun and the solar energies, the solar frequencies coming in to also activate your DNA, seeing that solar energy, that sun energy. Kala akmashti almaka. Osali lek tila kala akola kush halmatewa kaito sokola beshteke bad basta kal el watewa sambare tura komba besuba gai densaka melatal hala etu bashti batekno maratoko shakal ekhotal sukuyesim hatmashi bakayam Saditok mayetem satakura akatala sakis aliso taranet uratan mana astokok vartir maritakshbe bashdog ol almakala terituro nono sokuyet halmas. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe the solar energies, the golden frequencies, see coming in now, feeling them, energizing your entire DNA strands, all of them, and just seeing them light up like golden energies. And breathe that in. Dalets ala dakal ma'atat esto kuye kekbiat nar suti so ansuye shitsokoyen tal makales sotora kaita gal entu almatefan sakuat mashibe achenta saki wakala shiwake hunatal maokubashte biasotoko ohon de hir akal achantan sakelo ushutokuye te ko tatia nakati bashtikura kal astakhan dekire tukura tahata matishi wakotata ikite o kohota maritu ibesh bayitek mananso okushi maratse manantoro maniyiteram soratanimi sutura karate ushantaram alaka sayenta. And again, breathe the energies in, feeling divine frequency codes coming in to also help to nurture and love and feed the beautiful DNA strands with the nourishment that it needs and that they need to receive and open and rebalance and awaken these dormant DNA codes to activate to new vibrations. All right, breathe that in and just take this Lion's Gate energy, all of the frequencies from the Sirian energies to the Leo energies to that empowerment, the divine frequencies, the energies of divine, and receiving those downloads to the DNA directly to awaken those dormant DNA codes that would like to open up and activate you to new levels of awareness and also to new gifts that you have and to awaken those. So anyways, just loving that energy right now. Gosh, that was really powerful. A lot of Sirian energies coming through in both masculine and feminine, both in concert with one another. So that was really, really fun and exciting. So just wanting to also, I was feeling that for this activation, I wanted to bring in some codes of the cards in my oracle decks, both the magical dimensions and the celestial frequencies. I do have them. You know, they're going to be up on screen when I do this, but don't have them obviously well, I have them in my hand, but you don't have them in your hands yet. But I do have some of the energies I want to bring forth. So what I wanted to do with this, just to end off, is to pull some cards. And I would like to see if I can put them up on screen while I'm doing this, but just wanting to, first I'm going to pull from my Magical Dimensions Oracle deck, first edition, and then I'm going to choose from the second deck, yes, the Celestial Frequencies, just because I want to see what energies they want to share about the Lion's Gate for you guys. Okay, so let's just have some fun, pull some cards, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first pull from, let's see what's going on, pull a few cards from, getting like 3 cards for the Magical Dimensions and 3 cards for the Celestial Frequencies, just to see what they have to share with you guys about Lion's Gate, okay? So first thing right out of the gate we get from our Magical Dimensions deck is, oh, isn't that so awesome? Okay, Solar Portal. Okay, so we've got Solar Portal number 36, being centered, balancing power, and manipulation. And by the way, some of these cards that I have of the first edition, some of the words will be a little bit different. They're going to be changing just slightly, so that's another thing that's changing. But anyway, we've got Solar Portal, so it's like open up that sunlight Stargate codes that we just did. So that is really powerful. Centering ourselves and bringing in the golden frequencies, as well as bringing in the solar and the sun energies. So, and gosh, you know, I know I did a reading not too long ago in here that also talked about the solar energies. So that's pretty powerful. Now we have, what else do we have? Oh, the Promise. Okay, the Promise, number 38, Soulmates, Attraction, and Partnership. And here, I also feel this has to do with Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine that we just did talk about, where the blending of both. So this is really shaping up to be super accurate with what we just talked about. This is bringing that divine balance, okay? So bringing in a divine balance with that masculine and feminine energies, even though that's and it's also a partnership. So there's a partnership that we're bringing in and heralding in with those 2 frequencies, okay? And then let's see what the third card we're gonna do is, still from my Magical Dimensions. Okay, so we've got Destiny, which is number 9, Divine Purpose, Passion, and Service, okay? Bringing in that, these are bringing in the energies for the purpose that you have. This card is always signifying purpose and being on purpose, getting activated to new purposes. Okay, so you could be getting some new purpose activation going on there as well. And so what I want to do, so that's the magical dimensions. I'm going to switch over to the celestial frequencies because I want to see what else these guys have to say about what's going on. And we've got, okay, in this deck, number 9, which is also interesting because we had 2 number 9s, completion. So we've got consciousness. This is Ascension Healing Shield. Okay, this has to do with my Ascension Healing Shield, which is really activating the Ascension process. So this is also bringing forth and also shielding us from the Ascension processes, like a lot of the negative stuff coming in. This also helps to shield that energy and to keep it from going awry, so to speak. So Ascension energies are at play. And we also have, let's see, what else do we have from the celestial frequencies? One of my favorite cards. Okay, this is Valion, the Wisdom Keeper. It's initiation, and it's number 18, initiation. Valion, the Wisdom Keeper, who is also bringing in that new initiation, opening up information. Okay, this is data and information we just talked about. Bringing in those codes of data and information streaming in because he's also the keeper of the crystal skulls and helps people with activating onto initiating into new pathways. So that's super accurate as well. And lastly, we have, well, I'm going to pull an overall card from here too. This is what I'm getting, but innovative, which is 25, number 25, Andromeda Healing Matrix. Love the Andromedans. Love this card. This is all the creative energy, all the creative flow, and also the healing. So I feel like through this process, we're going to be opening up that solar powered energy, the divine masculine and the feminine. We're also bringing in our divine purpose and activating that to a greater and heightened awareness from the ascension energies and focusing our energy on the positive timelines and the positive ascension timelines, not the negative. So we're shielding from some of that negative stuff, and we're bringing in initiation codes for new streams of energy and innovativeness and the energies of healing as well. So we're bringing in codes of healing and activation as well with the Andromedan energies. Now I want to pull an overall card just because I feel like it and we're here. So, and I'm going to do that from the Celestial Frequencies deck, which is, oh my gosh, decisiveness, number 10, Sirius Solar Empowerment. How apropos, right? So couldn't be more accurate on this. That's why I love these cards. They're so accurate with everything going on. But this is decisiveness. So this is also, the Sirians have that energy. Now this is depicting the masculine, obviously, the more warrior tribe of the Sirian. Not all the Sirians are warriors, but this particular card depicts that. So yeah, bringing in that strength. So it's masculine and feminine energies. And by the way, the masculine energy, this is also the overall card. So we're seeing the masculine in its exalted state, divine masculine, is there to help and shield and love and support the divine feminine, right? So that's the role, if you want to say roles of these things. And so right now it's balancing both of these things. And I love that. So I love this sort of ending card deck here, reading that I just felt like doing. And I just love these cards. So anyway, you can buy these cards if you like to get them on my website, and you can get lots of other things on my website. So many things on there. I'm going to put the list up of all the different things that I have to offer on my website, with my soul origins reading, or starseed alignment sessions, which is in the you get the soul origins reading in that starseed alignment session. I've got healing shield attunement sessions. I've got oracle reading sessions. I have all different types of sessions for you. I have artwork that you can, custom artwork and all that good stuff. Obviously you can get my Magical Dimensions Oracle deck now, which is the first edition still. And the Celestial Frequencies, you can pre-order that. and then it will be shipped at a later date, but you can reserve your copy now if you'd like. Also have a lot of other artwork that you guys might want to have on your walls, and that's coming in my, well, it's on my website too. You can go see my gallery, and you can check out all the artwork there. I've been, just so you know, on my website, lightstarcreations.com. You can go there. Navigation sometimes changes on my website. So if you can't find what you're looking for, just go to the shop all, because that's always there. And you can see all the different categories where to go. But in the midst right now, the navigation does have a few of the products and stuff at the top. But like I said, the shop all page usually has everything. That's going to have all the categories of everything. And so go check all that stuff out. I think that's a wrap for today. It's a little longer of a video because I know I had some updates to share, but I hope you guys enjoy your time and the energy of the Lionsgate. Let it soak in. Take some rest if you need to. If you need some downtime, just chill and allow that to soak in, okay? Allow the energies to soak in. And we will see you back next time on the channel for some new content coming forth that I have for you guys. So for now, sending you off with so much love from the galactics, the elementals, the fairies, and the angels, and all of your guides, all the higher energies from the ascended masters, and your personal spiritual guides and angels that are there waiting to connect with you. So I will see you soon. Bye for now.